You step into a quiet room, the air calm, but your mind swirling with scattered thoughts. Life feels overwhelming, like a storm inside you that you can't quite control. You want peace but don't know where to find it. You realize that the key to calming the chaos begins with one simple practice: mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't complicated. It's simply being fully present in the moment, aware of what's happening inside and around you without judgment. You try to focus on your breath, feeling the rise and fall of your chest. Thoughts come and go, but you gently bring your attention back to this simple rhythm. In that moment, you begin to notice things you've long ignored: the tightness in your shoulders, the rapid beating of your heart, the restless energy in your legs. You don't fight these sensations or try to push them away. Instead, you watch them with kindness and curiosity. You learn that by embracing awareness, you are not at the mercy of your emotions. You become the observer, the steady center. This practice becomes a refuge you return to throughout your day. When stress mounts or frustration rises, you pause, take a breath, and ground yourself in the now. This small shift transforms how you react. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond with calm and clarity. You also notice how mindfulness deepens your understanding of yourself and others. You catch the moment before anger flares, the impulse before anxiety spirals. You see patterns in your thoughts and feelings and find space to choose a different path. In this quiet awareness, respect for yourself begins to grow naturally. You treat your own mind and body with gentle care because you understand their needs. This respect extends outward. You listen fully when others speak. You move through the world with a lighter step, and relationships soften and deepen. Mindfulness is not a quick fix, but a lifelong companion that builds resilience and grace. With it, you create a calm center that others sense, drawing respect not through force, but through presence. You realize that true respect starts inside, with your own steady attention to the moment. You find yourself standing at the edge of a busy street, watching people rush by, each wrapped in their own world. Despite the chaos, you feel a quiet voice inside urging you to slow down and open your heart. This is where compassion begins, not as a grand gesture, but as a simple choice to be kind, starting with yourself. You realize that many times you are harsher on yourself than anyone else. The inner critic's voice is loud and relentless, reminding you of mistakes, shortcomings, and failures. But now you decide to listen differently. You place a hand over your heart and speak softly. It's okay. I'm doing my best. With this self-compassion, a gentle warmth spreads inside you. You begin to treat your own struggles with the same kindness you would offer a close friend. This shift opens a new space, a place of understanding rather than judgment. As you nurture yourself, your ability to connect with others deepens. You notice how empathy grows naturally when you've learned to be patient with your own flaws. You listen more deeply, not just to reply, but to truly hear the feelings behind the words. You recognize the silent pain in others' eyes and offer a smile or a simple word of encouragement. Compassion, you learn, is a bridge that connects hearts. It doesn't demand perfection or quick fixes. It simply asks you to be present with the suffering and joy of life, holding both with an open hand. This kindness changes how you move through the world. You become less reactive and more understanding, less judgmental and more accepting. The more you give compassion, the more it returns to you, creating a ripple effect that touches everyone you meet. You realize that compassion begins inside. By healing yourself, you unlock the capacity to heal others. And in this shared kindness, respect blossoms naturally. You stand before a river that flows endlessly, its waters never the same from one moment to the next. This river is life itself, constantly changing, never fixed. You realize that holding on too tightly to what once was, or what you hope will be, only causes pain. Here, you begin to learn the art of accepting impermanence. Everything around you, relationships, feelings, possessions, even your own body, is in constant flux. You see how trying to cling to permanence is like trying to grasp water in your hands. It slips away no matter how tightly you hold. This understanding invites you to loosen your grip. Instead of resisting change, you start to welcome it as a natural part of life's flow. When sadness arises, you allow it space without fear, knowing it will pass. When joy comes, you savor it fully, aware it too is fleeting. This acceptance brings a surprising freedom. You find that your heart becomes lighter when it no longer bears the weight of resistance. You're able to face loss, disappointment, and uncertainty with greater resilience. You practice non-attachment, not in the sense of indifference, but in choosing not to be enslaved by desire or fear. You learn to appreciate things without owning them, to love without clinging, to hope without despair. This perspective doesn't make life dull or numb. Instead, it deepens your experience, making each moment precious precisely because it's temporary. With impermanence embraced, your mind grows calm and flexible. You no longer fight the tide but move gracefully with it, allowing life's changes to shape you without breaking your spirit. In this flow, you discover a profound peace, one that earns respect not by force, but by quiet strength. You find yourself in the midst of a conversation, words flowing back and forth like a delicate dance. You notice how the way you speak shapes not only others' perceptions, but also your own sense of connection. This is the power of right speech. Right speech means speaking with truthfulness, kindness, and helpfulness. It requires mindfulness to pause before words escape your lips, asking, will this build trust? Will it bring peace? Will it uplift rather than tear down? You remember times when careless words caused hurt or misunderstanding. Now you choose to speak with honesty, but without harshness, with openness, but without arrogance. Your words become bridges instead of barriers. Sometimes the wisest choice is silence. When words might inflame or confuse, you hold back, allowing space for reflection. This mindful silence itself is a form of respect, showing that you value understanding more than being right. You see how this way of communicating deepens relationships, earning respect naturally. People feel safe to share with you because they trust your integrity and kindness. Over time, right speech transforms not just your conversations, but your inner world. Speaking mindfully softens your heart and clarifies your thoughts. You become someone who listens as deeply as you speak. In this balance, you find harmony. Your words align with your values, creating a foundation of respect, both inside and out. You find yourself facing moments of frustration and difficulty, where impatience bubbles just beneath the surface. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or angry when things don't go as planned. But you begin to understand that patience is not passive waiting. it is an active strength. When you practice patience, you allow situations to unfold in their own time without rushing or forcing outcomes. You learn to hold space for yourself and others, accepting imperfections and delays with grace. This patience deepens your emotional resilience. Instead of reacting impulsively, you pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully. You discover that many problems soften or resolve when met with calm persistence. Forgiveness naturally follows patience. You remember the times you held grudges or resentment weighing down your heart. Now, you choose to release these burdens, not to excuse wrongs, but to free yourself from their grip. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It heals wounds and restores your inner peace. You don't forget, but you stop letting past pain control your present. Together, patience and forgiveness build a quiet strength within you. They allow you to face challenges without bitterness, to mend broken bonds with compassion, and to grow emotionally mature. Others sense this strength and respect it deeply, not because you are perfect, but because you carry your struggles with dignity and kindness. You find yourself pausing to notice the small things, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the taste of a simple meal, the laughter of a friend. Gratitude gently blooms within you, shifting your perspective in subtle but profound ways. Instead of focusing on what is missing or what you wish were different, you begin to appreciate what is already present. You count the quiet blessings that often go unnoticed: a roof over your head, health, moments of kindness, even challenges that teach you resilience. This practice of gratitude softens your heart and opens your eyes to the abundance in everyday life. It helps you see beyond difficulties and recognize the good that coexists with hardship. As gratitude grows, contentment naturally follows. You realize that true happiness does not come from having everything you want, but from accepting and embracing what you have with peace. Contentment is not complacency or giving up on growth. Instead, it's a deep sense of fulfillment and balance that keeps you grounded. It frees you from the endless cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. With gratitude and contentment, your energy shifts. You radiate a calm positivity that others feel drawn to. This positive presence cultivates respect because it reflects inner harmony and strength. You learn that by embracing what is, you create space for joy and peace, gifts that no external circumstance can take away. You begin to observe how your daily actions align with your deepest values. Each choice, from the work you do to the way you treat others, reflects who you truly are. This awareness brings you to the concept of right livelihood. Right livelihood means earning a living in a way that respects life, honesty, and compassion. It calls you to examine whether your work harms others or contributes to the world's well-being. You realize that integrity in your career is as important as skill or success. You reflect on moments when you felt proud and fulfilled at work, not because of praise or money, but because your efforts supported something meaningful. You understand that when your livelihood aligns with your principles, you experience a profound sense of purpose. Choosing right livelihood can be challenging. Sometimes it means making difficult decisions, turning down opportunities that conflict with your ethics, or stepping away from paths that no longer feel right. But you find that this courage brings freedom. By living with integrity, you inspire respect not only from others, but from yourself. You become a beacon of trustworthiness and authenticity in your community. Your work transforms from mere survival to a form of service. Every task, no matter how small, becomes an expression of your values. This alignment nourishes your spirit and strengthens your connection to the world around you. In this way, right livelihood becomes a foundation for a balanced and meaningful life, rooted in respect for self and others. You notice how often your mind races ahead, worrying about what's next or replaying what just happened. Yet, when you slow down and focus on the present, you discover the power of self-reflection. Self-reflection is a quiet conversation with yourself, a moment to look inward without judgment. You ask, what am I feeling? Why did I react that way? What can I learn from this? By honestly examining your thoughts and actions, you begin to see patterns, habits that serve you, and those that hold you back. This awareness is not about blame but understanding. You recognize moments when fear, pride, or anger influenced your choices. Instead of avoiding these truths, you face them with gentle curiosity, allowing yourself to grow stronger. Self-reflection also helps you recognize your strengths and values. You remember times you acted with kindness, courage, or patience, and you honor those parts of yourself. This practice deepens your self-awareness and builds emotional intelligence. You become less reactive and more intentional, shaping your life with wisdom rather than impulse. As you reflect regularly, you develop a compassionate relationship with yourself. You forgive mistakes and celebrate progress, creating a foundation of respect from within. Through self-reflection, you cultivate inner clarity and peace, guiding your actions with mindful intention. You realize that generosity isn't just about giving money or possessions. It's a way of opening your heart and sharing what you have: time, attention, kindness. When you give freely, without expecting anything in return, you experience a profound joy. You think back to moments when someone's small act of kindness brightened your day: a smile, a helping hand, a listening ear. Those gifts, though simple, left a lasting impact. Now you choose to offer the same to others. Generosity softens barriers and builds trust. It reminds you that we are all connected, part of a larger whole. Even in times of scarcity, giving can enrich your spirit more than anything you receive. You notice how giving creates a flow, a cycle of abundance rather than lack. Your heart expands with each act, and your relationships deepen. People naturally respond to your openness with warmth and respect. This generosity is not about grand gestures but consistent small kindnesses, offering patience to a stranger, sharing a compliment, or simply being present with someone in need. Through generosity, you cultivate a life of compassion and connection. It teaches you that true wealth lies not in possessions, but in the richness of giving and receiving with an open heart. You find yourself in moments of quiet stillness, noticing how your mind often swings between highs and lows, hope and fear, joy and anxiety. In these moments, you begin to seek equanimity, a balanced state of calm that steadies the heart amidst life's storms. Equanimity isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent. Rather, it's the ability to remain centered and composed, observing your feelings without being overwhelmed by them. You practice watching thoughts and sensations as passing clouds, neither clinging nor pushing them away. This calm awareness helps you respond to challenges with clarity and patience. You stop reacting impulsively and instead choose actions that align with your inner values. In this way, equanimity becomes a source of inner strength. You realize that equanimity supports compassion and wisdom. It creates space for understanding rather than judgment. When you hold yourself and others with gentle acceptance, respect naturally arises. This balanced state also brings peace to your relationships. You communicate calmly, listen deeply, and navigate conflicts with grace. Others sense your steadiness and feel safe around you. As equanimity deepens, you carry a quiet confidence that doesn't depend on external circumstances. You learn that true peace comes from within, anchored in acceptance and mindful presence. Through cultivating equanimity, you build a resilient spirit, one that flows with life's changes without losing its center. As you journey through these teachings, you notice how they weave together like threads in a tapestry, each one strengthening and enriching the others. Mindfulness anchors you in the present, compassion opens your heart, and acceptance of impermanence frees you from struggle. Right speech and patience build bridges with others, while gratitude and right livelihood ground you in integrity. Self-reflection deepens your understanding, generosity connects you with the world, and equanimity steadies your spirit. This is not a quick fix, but a lifelong path, a gentle unfolding of wisdom and kindness. You may stumble or grow impatient, but each step brings you closer to a life where respect flows naturally from yourself and from those around you. In living these principles, you become a calm presence in a noisy world, a source of peace and strength for yourself and others. Allow these lessons to settle quietly in your heart, returning to them again and again. Through patient practice, you transform not just your own life, but the lives you touch, one mindful breath at a time.